everyone, I'm Donnalouise and welcome to my YouTube channel for the love of puzzles. I know we have a lot of new viewers and subscribers to the channel lately, and I just want to give you all a warm, big welcome. Now make sure to watch to the end of the video. I have some big news to share. And no, that's not a trick. I swear I do have big news to share. But I know why you're all here right now. You want to find out how I did at my first in-person competition. So last weekend, I flew up to Whanganui to participate in the 2023 New Zealand Masters Games. My friend Mona Lynn and Frey, they drove down from Auckland. We were given 7 hours to complete a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. We'd all been practicing, and up to this point, my fastest time had been 3 hours and 13 minutes. You would have seen that video. It was an illustration called Grandiose Grease from Ravensburger. I absolutely love illustrations. Now, I was hoping to do well, but more so, I really just wanted to have fun, and I met some amazing and lovely people at the competition. It was a hoot. It was a blast. And so I know some of you will be watching. Welcome and kia ora. As I mentioned, my fastest time so far at this point had been 3 hours and 13 minutes, and I was averaging around like the 3:40-ish mark. So this was so intense. This was so much more difficult than I expected. My hat's off to anyone who competes in anything. There is absolutely a big difference between puzzling at home in the comfort of your usual surroundings and doing it in a competition. First of all, I have really great lighting here. At the competition, the lighting was so-so, and in fact, Mona Lynn and Frey, they were so smart, they brought these small little LED table lamps, and I thought that was genius. They said that it did help. So if you do go to a competition, you should ask if you're allowed to bring extra lighting. You may or may not need to use it. Now, we were in a really big gymnasium. We had plenty of room. We had a nice big table, plenty of space. But 1 minute, I was so hot. I was sweating head to toe. I think it was just nerves, and then the next minute I was fine. I think next time I might get one of those little neck fans that you can turn off and on around your neck to cool you down. I was a mess. In fact, afterwards, when I was done, if you would have asked me, how'd you get on? How'd you go? I would have told you that I tanked it because I was just all over the place. And in fact, one thing I definitely need to do different is I had music playing. I got so distracted from my music. I was singing, I was bopping. I was like, oh no, I don't like this song. I'll listen to something else. And I think it got me all wound up. Like perhaps I need to listen to instrumental music, like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. You know, something like that. Maybe something to calm me a bit better. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. I was just hyped, and I felt like I was all over the place with my strategy and building. I think it was the nerves of the competition. I'm not very good in a competition setting. It's so different from puzzling at home. Definitely. So if you're willing to try and go, my hat's off to you. It was lots and lots of fun though, but just try to stay calm. I think I just got myself wound up. So here's the puzzle in question, 1,000 pieces. The brand is Venus Puzzle. This was custom made for the competition specifically. It's 4 photographs from the area, Whanganui, New Zealand, that are put together in a collage side by side. And of course, if you know me, you know right away, I'm not the biggest fan of photographs. So right away I was like, ooh, this is not leaning in my favor. But one thing you're going to notice, look at the box. The image on the box compared to, say, a standard 1,000-piece Ravensburger puzzle. It's so small. There's so much more real estate on the box they could have used. As well, the box is a lot smaller. I understand they want to have their logo on the box, but I would have preferred if the image would have taken up the whole box, and even if their logo covered a little portion of the image, that would have been better. So a few people did comment that the image is quite small, that it would have been nice maybe to have a poster to help. because with the lighting not being the best, and let's face it, we're all 35 years and over, I had a hard time with the image. In fact, I don't think the size of this image helped for my build as I sort technique. It was quite tricky to see some of the details in a lot of the images. So my only kind of, I don't want to say complaint, but critique would be I would have preferred to have a larger image. I will say though, the pieces, lovely. Lovely cut, lots of variety, nice shapes, beautiful puzzle to assemble, absolutely. Not too much shine. I did only have like 2 false fits, and really it was this dark area here in the sunset. And frankly, I should have realized sooner. I think I was just stressed out and a mess. But besides that, beautifully cut pieces, very nice brand. Just wish the image on the box was a lot bigger. Well, without further ado, and for the love of puzzles, let's watch my time lapse from the competition. I do think the image size on the box did me no favors for my build as I sort technique. It was actually quite difficult to see the details. I tried, I really did, but basically I started and I tried to build as much of the 3 images apart from the sunset. Those sunset pieces, I just quickly put them all in one pile because they were easy to grab out. As I was doing my build as I sort, I decided pile up the sky pieces in their respective areas. It was easy to tell the ones with the clouds, the darker blue, the lighter blue, and I also did that as well for the trees. It was pretty easy to tell which trees went with the white building and which trees went with the train. I had a small pile of unknown pieces where I wasn't sure where they went, and also a pile of dark pieces. In there, they mostly belonged to the sunset. There was a few tree pieces as well. Now, I quickly realized that the white building details, that it was a lot more difficult to do than I expected. In fact, you may think that that sunset was the hardest to build, but actually that was the easiest section. And I chatted with a lot of people afterwards, and the ones that had done it found it rather easy to do because those colorful lines went right nicely through the middle of pieces. So it was actually quite easy to find those pieces and just line them all up. The white building was the trickiest. The detail on the box was very faint, almost faded. It was actually quite difficult to do. So I ended up that I was like, no, just pile up those white pieces. I'll deal with them later. I did try to do as many transition pieces as I could, like pieces that had both building and sky in them. Those were easy to do. And I also ended up sorting by piece shape eventually, and I used my board just for a few sections to put the pieces on and be able to move them around and see them easier. But I felt like I was such a mess throughout the entire thing. Like I felt like I was just all over the place and nervous and chaotic and too excited. Oh my goodness, I need to calm down in a competition setting. Now, I've mentioned before about my tremors, especially in my left hand. If you want to Google it, the diagnosis is essential tremors. Well, I think because of overuse and nerves and excitement, my left hand for the last maybe 10, 15 minutes, I lost it. I lost control of my left hand. It started to shake so badly, it was as if I was continuously flapping it. I had to stop, grab it. You can't really see in the time lapse, it's not so noticeable. And I just kind of massaged it for a minute, well, not a minute, a few seconds, and then went back to it. And it was so obvious that someone came up to me afterwards and asked me if I was okay. And I think that was a combination of overuse of my hand, nervousness, excitement, and everything. And yeah, my hand just decided that was it. It was done. But on top of that, the Tuesday before the competition, I had to stop puzzling, and I didn't puzzle again until Friday night because I had my first and hopefully only Achenbach syndrome attack. Yes, you can Google that. Capital ACHENBACH, I believe that's the spelling, Achenbach syndrome, named after the doctor that discovered it. And my doctor was like, yep, that's what you got. And it's a very sudden and acute, painful
attack on my case. It was my right index finger. And I've never seen my finger that blue and purple. It was insane. Luckily, the morning of the competition, it was pretty much like 90% back to normal. But with my shaky left hand and my monkeyed right index finger, my overexcitement and nerves, I think I did really well with all those issues. It was definitely a learning experience, and I had so much fun, and I was really pleased that I went.
And the winner finished in 3 hours and 6 minutes. So fast. And that was the lovely Christy A. She seems so calm. I saw a video of her putting in her last piece and she was just like, yep, last piece. Ooh. And I was like, wow, she seems so calm and chill. Like, I need to take a page out of her book. She did amazing. That was lightning fast. I asked her what her strategy was, and if I remember correctly, she said she just sorted the 4 images separately and then just built one after the other. I was like, any tips, tricks, secrets? Well, it was just that. She did say she had practice, but she did amazing. 3 hours, 6 minutes. That blows me away. Now, second place came in at 3 hours and 31 minutes. So quite a bit after Christy. She was in a league of her own. She did so great. And second place went to me. I got a silver medal. Yay! I am so pleased with my time. I can't believe it. If my fastest time was 3:13 on an illustration, my second fastest time, 3:31 on this photograph image, I am so pleased with that. Like, so very happy. I was shocked. Now, in fact, it was a race for second because third place was Jane W. and she was literally pieces behind me at 3:32. We basically almost finished at the same time. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it to the medal ceremony. I don't know why, so I wasn't able to talk to her, and I really wish I had the chance to, and I wanted to ask her what her strategy was, but I didn't have the opportunity, so I hope to meet her eventually. Now, let me look at my notes. The next time was Mona Lynn. She actually had her fastest time coming in fourth at 3 hours, 34 minutes. So in fact, second, third, and fourth place, we were back to back to back. You know, it was a race for those positions. Crazy. Now, fifth place came in for Catherine T, and she did it in 3 hours and 47 minutes. And then our friend Frey, she achieved her fastest time coming in 6 at 4 hours and 1 minute. She was so pleased with that. So, of the 25 entrants, 2 people didn't show up. 1 person came, grabbed the puzzle, and had to leave. Several people ended up leaving during the competition. 7 hours is a long time to try to sit and puzzle. So they started, but they left at one point or another. In fact, 11 people finished the puzzle before the time ran out. The time ranging from 3 hours, 6 minutes to 6 hours, 50 minutes. So they just made it in. And the rest of the people were unable to finish. But quite a few people stayed to the end, and they tried. Kudos to them. They did amazing. My friend Elaine, she was short just 63 pieces. Oh, that was, I think it was her first time like speed puzzling in a competition. She loved it. She had so much fun. It was great. And I hope to see all these people next year in Dunedin for the next Masters game in 2024. So when I got home, I thought, what if I would have sorted each one of the photos separately, just right away out of the box, and then built them? Whether or not that would have been a better strategy. I thought, let's do it again. So here's the time lapse of that.
I realized that I have already just done this puzzle 2 days earlier, but I thought it would be interesting to do anyways. I forced myself to just sort into piles. I was not allowed to assemble anything. And thinking back now, I should have sub-sorted better, like done 4 piles, but actually smaller piles within those piles, because I could have sorted out the darker pieces in the sunset. For example, I could have sorted out the skies and the trees and some of the other sections. So that would be something else to think of next time. But it still took me 25 minutes to sort through the entire 1,000 pieces. I don't know. I think, that seems like a long time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a slow sorter. I should have left one pile of pieces in the box now that I think of that as well. It's a very learning experience here. I think I'm improving. But I could have, for example, left all the sunset pieces in the box rather than pulling them out. I did have a small pile of unknown pieces, and I still had to refer to the box for a few things as well, but I did remember the image quite well, I felt. I did also have a few missorts. Some were like obvious pieces that I just accidentally tossed in the wrong pile, but some of the darker ones, some of the trees, they were missorted into the wrong pile. Now, I just went from one image to the next. My question to you is, how much time would you think I could improve if I would have done the same technique though, just because of having recently done the puzzle and being in the comfort of my home? If I would have done my build as I sort technique, would you expect me to be 20 minutes faster, 30 minutes faster? But since I changed my technique, if this new technique, this completely sorting technique is faster, how much time would you expect me to be faster, and that some of that time would actually account for the alternate technique? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly and it makes sense. Because I finished this puzzle in 2 hours and 51 minutes. That's about 40 minutes faster than my first go. So do you think the fully sorting and then building technique would have been overall faster than my build as I sort technique for this particular image? That if I would have fully sorted at the competition and then built image to image, that would have been faster? Do you think maybe of those 40 minutes, maybe 10 minutes would account for that? I don't know. I think maybe I would say 30-ish minutes faster due to knowledge and comfort, and maybe 10 minutes faster because of the technique. What do you think? Leave your comments below.
I need to get better at judging what type of image, works for which technique, like illustration versus photos, busy images versus images with large similar areas, stuff like that. And I'm still learning and practicing, and I have to keep practicing. I especially want to keep practicing on 500-piece Ravensburger puzzles. I have 2 here that I'll eventually do. Why, you ask? I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships in Spain this September. Yes, I've signed up and I will be going, so I need to try to practice as much as possible on 500-piece Ravensburger puzzles. But on top of that, I want to get my hands on some more 1,000-piece Ravensburger puzzles. These are just 2 that I've done in the past. I'll redo them in a couple of months' time for practice. Why do I need 1,000-piece Ravensburger puzzles? Because Jeanette from Jeanette and Her Puzzles is coming along with me, and we will do a pair, and we'll do the pair events where we have to assemble a 1,000-piece Ravensburger puzzle. So exciting. My goodness, are you going to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships? If so, comment below, let me know. I'm just so excited to meet so many people who share a love of puzzles as much as I do. And I realize my times are not competitive on a world scale, and that's fine. I just want to go for the experience, the fun, meeting people. So many of you who comment here, I know you'll be there, and I can't wait to meet you all. And in fact, I'm kind of hoping that the excessive jet lag will maybe keep me dopey and calmer so the nerves won't be as bad. But yeah, there you go. That's my big news. I am going to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships in Spain. They run between September 20th is like the opening ceremony, and they finish on September 24th. I'll leave a link down below to their website. If you're interested, you can go register, come along, puzzle, and have fun. I'm so excited. Again, I had so much fun at my first in-person competition. I hope all those people can make it down next year for the Masters Games 2024 in Dunedin. It would be great to see them all again. And I'm so excited for September in Spain. And I'm so thankful that Jeanette is coming with me. And we are trying to form a team. Can't say anything just yet because nothing is fully set in stone, but we're trying to get a team together. Stay tuned for more details on that. And if you'll be there, like I said, comment below because I can't wait to meet you all. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing, and until next time, ciao!